nothing but the dog in me. One must die, chase the cat.
Good evening and welcome to Pound Posse Presents. Hope everybody is well on this very chilly Saturday night. I don't know, it's not usually like this. I mean, there was snow flying around earlier today. I'm not ready for this. I don't know who else might be. Some people actually like the cold and the snow, but I'm not one of them. Just another thing to deal with, as if, you know, there's not enough going on right now. It's been a busy week, stressful, but it's all good, I suppose, at the end of the day. I've got a bunch of dogs to run past you. There was a couple that I promised more on last week, and I'm going to be as good as my word. You know, November is traditionally Adopt a Senior Month. Every month, every day, we should worry about the old ones because, you know, something, they're considered less adoptable by most people because, you know, everybody wants a puppy and they want to train them themselves and all that. But the old ones are the ones that sit and linger. The old ones get killed in shelters by the droves because everybody overlooks them. I guess part of the reason is because people feel like, you know, they're not going to have them that long. You know, they're going to get their hearts broken. But what about these poor little old dogs? I mean, they've probably spent their whole lives with mostly the same person, if not always the same person, and they've been maybe bailed on, betrayed. You know, there's so many instances where you see people dump their old dog at a shelter because they want to go in there and get a puppy. And shame on the shelters that let somebody do that because you know that old dog's not going to make it. And that family is just going to do it again. I see it too often. And that's just disturbing on so many levels because if you're not going to commit, you don't deserve having another animal. You just really don't. So every day you should really think about the seniors. You know, they're set in their ways, some of them, but they know life in a home. They know, most of them, that, you know, to go out, they're trained, and they'll train you. Trust me, my little man, he's an old guy, and you know, he'll tell me when he wants to go out, when he's ready to go get in the bed, you know. It's nice because they're less work. Yeah, they're prone to more health issues maybe. You know, they're maybe not going to be with you as long as you would like, but just think of the good things that you've done for an animal by bringing in this old dog who would die in a shelter, probably devastated by the betrayal of the family. It's just, old dogs are gold. They really are. Younger dogs, puppies, they're gold too, but in a different way. They're a lot of work. And, you know, some people aren't cut out for the work. They find that out. And then those young crazy dogs that get dumped in the shelter. And it's just a shame. So anyway, I think without further ado, I am going to bring up some of the animals that I have selected for this evening. As promised, last week I talked about Max. Your turn, Zach. I heard that. Now, look at him. I think we looked at him last week, but look at him. His intake picture, you know, intake pictures can be misleading because, you know, they're still not so sure what's going on. It's a quick picture just to get them up on, you know, Pet Finder or Pet Tango or whatever the shelter uses. they don't really show how beautiful a dog can be. I mean, look at this guy. Look at him dreaming of a home right there. You know that. Um, but he's dreamy. He's absolutely dreamy. And the sad thing is that, brindle dogs, along with black dogs, are very much overlooked in the shelters. And I don't understand why. I say it all the time. I have no idea why. They are so gorgeous. I mean, people think that, they're mean or they look vicious or whatever. I mean, my Bocce was brindle and he was the biggest baby and everybody was afraid of him. I never understood that. But anyway, Max is about 4 years old. His family decided that they didn't have time for him. And he's been at the shelter since June. He's one of the ones that my friends looked at when we went there, but he was too high energy for their little old dogs. Doesn't make him a bad dog at all. They were heartbroken over that. Anyway, so he's friendly, he's playful, he knows sit and down and paw, and there's one picture in the mix here where, he's given his paw to the volunteer, and there you go. He was so goofy and wonderful, and he's a big boy, I'm not gonna lie, but just a wonderful dog. He's house trained and crate trained. He does like other dogs, probably be best with other dogs his size. Still thinking he'd be, a little much energy for a smaller dog who might be overwhelmed by his advances. Again, high energy, playful, would do best with a family who'll give him lots of exercise and training and guidance because, that's what these dogs need, especially when they, pent up in a kennel and they don't get to burn off their energy. Thanks to the ladies who are walking him a little more now, and he's got, a new collar and he's like all ready to go kind of, they're working with him and it's a beautiful thing. But, he's a real love and he totally deserves to be in a home again. They all do. But anyway, his Facebook page, and yes, I am part of his sponsor promoting team because, we just really felt so bad for him that he wasn't picked. That's sad. He wasn't picked. So anyway, his Facebook page is Mighty Max Needs a Home. So you can head on over on Facebook and like his page. There's a video of him running around in the yard, and, we're going to put stuff up as we get it and, try to give him his best chance at finding a home because he is a good boy. Anyway, he is at the Town of Hempstead Animal Shelter, and if you are interested, the number is 516-785-5220. Once again, the number I know by heart is 516-785-5220. Next up, and I talked about her last week too, was Sandy. And again, the intake pictures are so different sometimes. Sandy's about 5 years old. She loves to play fetch and catch. She loves her stuff. This is the dog that I was saying. There's more pictures, right, Zach? Yeah. This is the dog that I was saying was in her kennel and she was walking around with her blanket. She was it broke my heart to see her just with the blanket and walking around like it was, her prize. But anyway, she's playful with other dogs. She's house and crate trained. She knows many commands. She enjoys long walks. Again, dog friendly. Poor Sandy has been in and out of the shelter in her life, which, is always really sad. And I'm going to say it's probably because she has some guarding issues, but they are manageable. They're issues that will require a savvy owner and some training. Older teens, because, little kids don't understand The dog doesn't want to share. So, you know, you want to not set anybody up to fail. She does have a Facebook page, which is Adopt Sandy, which is all together like one word. And, you know, look at her. She's just beautiful. She's a lab, maybe with some golden. You know, they have such good natures. They love to fetch and they love to play. And you saw she loves the water. She's probably a really well-rounded dog. She loves her people. You can see there she's, you know, she's all into having some close time. Just doesn't want to have to share. So somebody who knows how to deal with that, and there are people who have had dogs like that and can positively take training. You know, some people think that training is a negative thing, but it's really not. You know, the constructive criticism and how to manage something so simple. Anyway, Sandy, if you are interested in her, I'm sure she'd love to be back in a home since she does know more of what it's like than not. 516-785-5220, 516-785-5220. Now, next up, we are going to look at some dogs at North Haven Animal Control. They are full. There's 5 dogs ready to go home right now, and we're going to start with Butch. Butch is so cute. He's about a year old. He's a mix. He's neutered. He's house trained. He's a very strong boy, so he needs a strong owner. You know, physical strength here is key because, you know, he's a strong boy. Older or no kids because of his energy level and his strength. You know, again, that's always said because you don't want anybody to get hurt from getting bowled over by, you know, a dog that's big and strong and, you know, crazy maybe. I don't know. That's not said in a bad way. Anyway, 203-239-5321, extension 250. That's 203-239-5321, extension 250 if you're interested in Butch. Next we have Jake, and I love this piggy smile. I really do. Jake found himself homeless when his owner was incarcerated, and you know, that's a sad truth. I see that happen a lot too. You know, nobody to take the dog. So what happens? The dog ends up in the shelter or on the street. You know, I guess the shelter in this case is a better place than, you know, him being lost on the streets or given to the wrong people or kept in a situation where nobody wanted him. So Jake is about 4 years old and he does well with female dogs, not so good with males. Very friendly, needs some basic training, and you know, that's not a big deal. If you are interested, 203-239-5321, extension 250. Once again, that's 203-239-5321, extension 250. Next up, we have Beefcake. Zach is laughing. He is. He's a beefy little meaty, pitty, smile, goofy. Oh, I love his face. I mean, there's just no doubt pit bulls have the best smiles on earth. I'm sorry. Anyway, he is a sweet goofball, and you can see that just looking at him, who snorts when he's excited. I mean, I could hear it now. He's about 2 years old. He came in as a stray, and they're not sure how he is with other dogs. So as is the case anyway, you'd have to do a meet and greet just to make sure everybody gets along. You know, it really should be protocol just to make sure that, you know, there's going to be no initial reactions. So if you are interested in this gorgeous boy, 203-239-5321, extension 250. That's 203-239, extension 250. 239-5321. Oh boy. All right, so next up is Hazel. Hazel, so sweet looking. She looks like just such a sweet dog. She's just a pup. She's about 9 months old. Sadly, her mom was having health issues, so Hazel was spending an unfair amount of time in her crate. And, you know, you could say a lot of things, you know, giving up on a dog and this and that, but, you know, if you've got an animal and all it's doing is sitting in a crate and you can't provide any better for it, then, you know, maybe you got to reassess whether you should have the animal. So she is good with kids and other dogs, and especially because she's a puppy, she has a ton of energy. And so, you know, she's a clean slate and she's going to need training. You know, the time in the crate, I'm sure, put her back a little bit in the curve, but again, a clean slate, you can pretty much mold her into the best dog ever. So if you're interested, North Haven Animal Control, 203-239-5321, extension 250. Next up, we have Craig. Now, Craig is a real handsome guy. He's posted as needing a home. On Facebook, it said there was information on him on Pet Finder, but I couldn't find anything on him. I didn't see him in Pet Finder. So did he get adopted? Did they just not put him up? I don't know. But, you know, he's either available or not, but he's sure getting the short straw here because there's no information. And I got to say, nothing against this shelter, but when I was trying to get the information on these dogs, they were posted over and over and over, but each picture didn't have the information. I had to keep running, you know, back and forth up their page to get it, to match it to the dog, because not every post had even the dog's name with it. So if you're gonna post dogs on Facebook and you create an album, put all the same information on every page, or put the individual information, because I was determined and I knew I could find it, but other people who aren't so savvy are going to overlook a dog if there's no information. I can guarantee you that. So you're doing the dog a disservice, and then to say it's on Pet Finder and it's not, it just makes it that much more difficult. So again, there could be a reason he could have been adopted, but I did not want to be remiss in my mission to put up the dogs that they were saying needed homes. So anyway, you can find out if he's still available, 203-239-5321, extension 250, 203-239-5321, extension 250. Next up, and this guy I think he's adorable, Polly. Polly is a little guy, about 4 to 5 years old, who was found roaming and taken to the shelter, where he's very nervous. Look at him, he's a little peanut. Look how cute. I can't even stand it. He calms down when he's out of the kennel. He has no issues with other dogs or cats. He may need some work house training. You know, and that's also hard to tell at a shelter like that, because there's so many smells, and, you know, they're trying to claim their little space, and so, you know, they mark a little bit and they get nervous, and there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on in a shelter behaviorally that maybe not necessarily happens in your house. And, you know, even at that, sometimes you get a male dog in your house for the first little bit, he's gonna be stupid like that, but you can work on it and get him outside and he'll give it up. I mean, I've been down that road. So don't let that be a deterrent. Anyway, for more information or an application, you can email Waterford East Lyme Animal Control at aco@waterfordct.com. aco@waterfordct.com. Okay, next up we have Walter. And Walter is a very puppy-like 5-year-old who was left in the woods to starve. Boy, Karma's got her work cut out for her, doesn't she? Anyway, he's gained some much needed weight and he is ready to start the next chapter in his life. Walter loves car rides and to run around. He's a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. You know, he's just so happy to be being taken care of after what he went through. And I'm sure he would make an absolutely wonderful dog. I mean, you know, a companion. And he looks like lab mix. But, you know, those are generally such good-hearted, all-around, well-rounded dogs. And I'm sure that he would love to be in a home where, you know, he's cared for and, you know, not going to be dumped like that again, because it's just not right, people. If you don't want a dog, don't just dump them. So you can call the Essex Animal Control at 860-853-0773, 860-853-0773. Next up, we have Lobster. Now, Lobster is yet again another one of the dogs that I've talked about after our visit to the town of Hempstead Animal Shelter. He was another contender, but he was a little too much again for a smaller dog. And that's okay. That doesn't make him a bad boy. He was a lot of fun, and, you know, they really were interested in him, but, you know, you've got to pick the dog that's going to work best for your home, and that's what they did. But Lobster is absolutely amazing. He's about 5 years old. He came into the shelter with a tumor on his leg that was discovered to be osteosarcoma, which is a bone cancer. And the very difficult decision was made to amputate his leg to try to rid him of this cancer. And I'm going to tell you, it doesn't even affect Lobster. His zest for life is just amazing. He runs like the wind, he plays, he's full of spunk, he's a total sweetheart, he's fun and he's silly, and he will do anything for a treat. He's amazing. He likes other dogs, like I said, maybe a little bit too much for, you know, the smaller, older dogs that, you know, don't want to be bothered. But again, you know, doesn't make him a bad dog. And like I said earlier, black dogs are so overlooked, and, you know, being an amputee, a tripod, whatever your term is that, you know, you prefer to call it, that puts 2 strikes against this poor guy in a shelter. You know, 3 if you want to add, you know, the pit bull. So he definitely is considered less adoptable in many people's eyes, but don't believe it. He's awesome, and he debunks all the myths. If you are interested in Lobster, and how could you not be? Look at him. He's gorgeous. You can see his soul in his eyes. I mean, he's just amazing. Call my friends at the town of Hempstead Animal Shelter, 516-785-5220, 516-785-5220. All right, so next up, we have a little bit of a personal thing going on here, trying to help somebody. Let's take a look at Chi-Chi. And, you know, he's going to be in need of a home sooner than later, like in the next couple of weeks. I've been trying to put my feelers out to help this individual without success. Chi-Chi's just a little old guy. He's about 15 or 16 years old. His mom adopted him a good 10 years ago. And unfortunately, she finds herself in a devastating situation, and, you know, she just can't keep him anymore. And it's easy to judge. You know, I understand both sides of it. Sometimes bad things happen, and that's just the story here. Chi-Chi needs not to be shuffled around, ideally, at his age, you know, to, you know, a shelter and a foster home and this and that, and just like jumped around. He really should go directly into the home that he will spend the rest of his life in, because, you know, it's going to be a big adjustment for him. Now, Chi-Chi's got a lot of spunk. He gets along with mellow dogs. He doesn't want to be overwhelmed. He doesn't want a dog in his face, you know, in his business and bugging him. He just wants to chill and be left alone. At his age, he's got it right. He's up to date. He's neutered. He does fine with cats. He lives with a child. He'll dance for treats. He hates his nails cut. His teeth aren't great, but, you know, little dogs, and at his age, I guess he's had some pulled, and that's kind of par for the course. It's what you can expect. He's a very loyal lap dog, and like I said, unfortunately, time is a little shorter than was initially thought, and he really needs a home sooner than later in the next couple of weeks. If anybody can open their home to him, and like I said, I think the best thing would be him to go into a home and not shuffled around. So if there's anybody who can provide that for him, that would be amazing. So if you're interested, I would say email me and I will put you in touch with the woman who is so devastated to be having to part with him. And I know she is. So email me if you're interested at pawprints, PAWPRINTS 713 at AOL.com. That's pawprints 713 at AOL.com. And, you know, I'll try to field any questions, get you in touch. But again, his time is getting short. And so is mine. So, you know, adopt a dog, folks. We got some seniors in the mix here tonight. We've got some youngins in the mix tonight. All of them very deserving of homes. And, you know, why not yours? I'm going to say peace, love, and dogs. Until next time, good night. Thank you for watching.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at mommy.
Maybe the light hurt.